Good morning, guys. So it's been a while since I have uploaded a video, especially related to the Leka journey. I've actually recorded the couple but hasn't been able to find time to upload. But anyways, I'm just here to give you guys a quick update. I promise I'll try to be as organized as possible and try to make this a quick video specific to the Leka Leka journey update. So it's been more than 2 months, I think roughly around 2 months and 10 days since I started the semi-hydro journey and moved some of my plants into Leka. So I'm gonna give you guys an update of how they're doing, lessons I've learned, and which plants had been an easy transition for me versus the ones that are quite struggling. So I'll start with the first few plants that I've actually moved into Leka. So in my past video, I actually said that I moved Syngonium, a couple of Syngonium to Leka first because I've heard that they do well in Leka. So I'll show you how they look like right now. So this is the one of the first ones that I moved into Leka, which is in a self-watering pot that I purchased. Actually, she's quite thirsty. There are no nutrients left, so this needs to be watered, but I think I need to flash her first, but I did not because I wanted to show you guys. So this is how, I'm not sure if it's gonna show, but one of the reasons why you have to have an inner pot that has holes or drainage holes in it is because you'll have to do some flashing. So as you will see, I'm not sure if it's gonna show, but yeah, there are like some mineral buildup, which is gonna look like some white powdery things on the Leka balls, which means it's time that you have to flash. And flashing means you'll just have running water wash out the mineral buildup. It doesn't show so much, but it's like white powder on the Leka balls there. Yeah, but I think so this one actually, it took a while before she took off. There's a lot of dried leaves, as you can see. There are still some, and even the new growth actually dries out pretty quickly. I tried to move her around. She's actually inside in my Leka shelf with in a west facing window, and I also have grow lights and humidifier for them. So but I think that so the growths are looking like this. They're quite small, but the root system, as you can see, the root system, I think it just takes a while before they acclimate. But I'd say it's true that Syngonium would do well in Leka. It's just that for me, it wasn't really an easy transition for some of my Syngonium. So that's the first one, the Syngonium. And I have a smaller one as well in a smaller self-watering pot, which is this one. In comparison, I think she is happier than the bigger one. So let's see. Well, this one still has oh, sorry. There, you'll see there is still some nutrients. I think I just replenish this with nutrients, and you could also see that the roots system are growing, and there are quite some nice growth here. So also happy. And then I also have the Peperomia Obstrucifolia, which is, I think, one of the first one I moved into Leka. And this is her now. Not much of a change. I think she also lost a couple of leaves while transitioning or acclimating to Leka. But so far, there are some new growth here and here. So again, it took a while, but I think she's quite okay in Leka. And I'm not sure if I could show you the root system. Not much, but she's also starting to grow some water roots there. And then I also have a Monstera Deliciosa cutting that I propagated in water, and then I moved into Leka. So this is him right now. As you could see, there are some roots, nice roots there. But the first leaf, so this was actually down to a stump without any leaves when I moved him to Leka, and the new growth doesn't have any fenestration, but there's also a new baby on its way, so we'll see. I'll just keep him in Leka, and I think around end of March or the first week of April, I had a alocasia green shield, which is the only alocasia I have in Leka right now, that I moved to Leka. It's on because of root rot, so the goal was to try to save her. I moved her into a 4-inch pot in Leka, but I think that was too big. She still had like 3 leaves during the transition, but they all rotted away. I was thinking if I'm gonna give up or still try and hope and see if I could save her. So I moved her in a small pot, and then she actually grew a new leaf. So this is the new one. This was a big plant before the transition, and I moved her here in this small mesh pot. But as you could see, there's also a lot of water roots already, which I think means that she's already okay, she's safe. But I'm thinking I'm probably also gonna move her into a bigger pot to allow some room to grow. But yep, she's happy and she's saved there. And there's also a lot of talks online about how photos are not very happy in Leka. I'd say compared to if they are in soil or water, I would probably agree, because I have a lot of photos. I love photos. They're very easy to grow and very low maintenance. So I have photos that I move into Leka after I propagated them in water. So in general, guys, I also agree that if you're moving some plants to semi-hydro or to Leka, for example, it's really an easier transition for them if you put them in water first and they grow some water roots before you move them into Leka, compared to transitioning a plant directly from soil into Leka. So this is my golden photos, which I propagated in water. This was actually, I think this is there are 2 plants here, 2 cuttings. So when I moved her here, there are I think 2 to 3 leaves, but if you could see, she has taken off quite well. And look at those roots. This is a major root porn here, so which I think is gonna be difficult to move her out of this pot and then move her into a bigger one. But yeah, she's happy and she's continuously okay, so we're gonna lose. Okay, and she's continuously putting up some new growth as well. So again, photos are very fast growers, but in my opinion, they're gonna survive Leka. It's just that they don't grow as fast in Leka compared to when they are in soil. So yeah. And then I also moved, I have, I think, how many? I have 2 big mycans. I also propagated a couple in water and I moved them in Leka. I love Philodendron mycans because obviously they're very velvety and also quite a fast grower. So, and the one that I moved into Leka was actually also a cutting. So this is the Philodendron mycan right now. Let's see. Yes, there. Actually, I almost lost this one because after I moved her into Leka, she wasn't very happy. She did not acclimate as well as the other plants. So it took a week or 2 before she started to perk up again. But I think she's quite happy right now. She's growing this leaf. So I'm not sure how long she was before I transitioned and how many she already grew. I'm very bad at documenting progress. I'm sorry, guys. But I know for sure that she looks happier now than compared to the first 2 weeks after her transition. So let's just try to see if we could see some roots. So not really, not enough roots showing yet, but just based on some new growth, I think that she's also very happy and Leka. Okay, so this is my Philodendron, Radicand, and Leka. Alright, and then moving on to some of my more adventurous transfers. So I have an Anthorium Radicand that was also in soil. This is her right now. There are some very good roots there. Yeah, if you could see those. So this one was actually a leaf that she already had before I moved her to Leka, but it was it unfurled while in Leka already. And this new leaf, I'm very excited to show you guys, is a baby that she completely grew when she was already in Leka. So yep, very beautiful. Okay, and the next is a Philodendron Jose Bono that I also moved into Leka. I think maybe April, so 1.5 weeks already. She's in, this is the cash pot where I put the water reservoir, and he's in this clear plastic container. So if you could see some very good roots there as well. So this leaf, he also unfurled when he was already in Leka, but this big one with a very beautiful variegation, he grew when he was already in Leka. So I'm very excited and happy about that. So I think there. So, and this one, I'm not sure if this is gonna show a little bit clearer, but there, those are the white powdery mineral buildup. So this guy also needs some flashing. So for this one, I flashed because I drilled some holes on the sides. So what I do is I fill it up with nutrient water up until below the root system. Yeah, and then I drilled holes on the side, so when I have to flash, the water goes out that way. Okay, and then I also have another Philodendron, which is a, oh gosh, I forgot, hold on, I can't believe I forgot the name. This is a Philodendron. Oh my god, I completely forgot. I spaced out. I'm just gonna link the name, or hopefully I remember. But yes, I have this Philodendron in Leka. When I moved her in Leka, she was about to unfurl this baby leaf. So this unfurled when she was already on Leka. And this new one that she's growing right now, she grew when she is already in Leka. And if you could see the there, we also have some good water roots there. Okay, so and then some of the other plants that I actually have in Leka are too big to move around, so I think I'm just gonna show them to you separately. But I have this. You could see that big girl is a Aglonema Doña Carmen that I also moved into Leka. She's in a clear vase. So I'm just gonna move closer, guys, and show you how the the roots look like. Okay, hold on. Okay, so yep, this is my Aglonema Doña Carmen in Leka. If you could see, we have some serious roots there already. She's also quite thirsty, so I have to fill her up with some nutrient water. But she's quite lush already when I moved her. But this new baby, she started growing. I think there's a couple. This one is about to unfurl. That's also something that she grew when she was already in Leka. Okay, and okay, so there's gonna be a couple of cuts in this video, but the best surprise that I think my biggest success in Leka is my Monstera Deliciosa that I moved last March 25, and I moved her into Leka because when she was actually in a special aroids mix, soilless mix, but I think I used some very strong fertilizer and I almost burned her root system. She was actually a 3-leaf beauty when I purchased her, and unfortunately I had to cut 3 of the leaves because they dried out so bad. And then so I decided, you know, to risk it and moved her to Leka in the hopes of, you know, saving her. So I'll show you how she looks like right now. Okay. Okay, so this is my Monstera Deliciosa. This is her current setup. She's in this cash pot for the nutrient water, and then the inner part that holds her roots. So yeah, so those are the water roots that she grew when I moved her into Leka. I'm being very careful not to damage her. And the most exciting part, I think, is that, so I moved her in Leka, as I mentioned, March 25. And then May 5th, which means more than a month after, she actually grew. I'm gonna show you guys this baby leaf. Yep, so this big beauty here, she grew after I moved her into Leka. There. Yep. So I'm gonna just put her down first. Alright, so that being said, guys, I think in general, I'd say that philodendrons and Monstera are the plants that I've had the most success moving into Leka. Syngoniums are okay, photos are okay, but it's not, you know, a very easy transition for them. It's gonna take a while before they acclimate from, even if you actually move them from to Leka from water, even if you don't do a direct soil to Leka transfer, in my opinion and in my experience, they also still take time before they get used to the new medium. What else? The alocasia is doing okay. My peperomia is also doing okay. But I think philodendrons are, you know, doing so much better than the rest because they have a sturdier root system as well. So it's easier for them to shed the soil roots and then transition to water roots. But so far, I'm very, very happy with my plants that are in Leka. I'm also planning to move a couple more as soon as I'm able to buy some good containers, because the other philodendrons I have that I'm sorry guys, someone was calling me. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm gonna move some more plants into Leka, mostly my other philodendrons, as soon as I'm able to buy some bigger mesh pots and also cash pot for them, because I also want to upgrade them to probably a 2-inch bigger pot than where they are right now, to encourage growth, because it's still summer, so it's still growing season, and I want to maximize the last month or so that we have before begins to before we begin the rainy season, to encourage some good plant growth. So yeah, that's all. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted. Bye.